Okay, let's continue with the show now, and of course, let's talk football, international, well, club football. Let's, talk about the English Premier League. When Jose Mourinho came to Manchester United, a lot of people thought the problem has been solved, coaching problem that is, and the results will come their way. Glory will return to Old Trafford, but that seemed not to be the case. The Portuguese manager has lost 3 matches within the space of 1 week. And a lot his tactics has been questioned, his players has been questioned. He has found a way to keep blaming people. Let's listen to Jose Mourinho, what he had to say when his team lost. And we'll come back for more on Sports Tonight.
I can split this in 3 factors. One is the referee's crucial mistakes. It's not in my control. I have nothing to do. I can't do nothing. I can't change that. It's not under my control. But against Man City, you know what happened minute 55. Today, you know what happened in the first goal. Against Feyenoord, you know that Feyenoord goal was in an offside position. So we were punished by these mistakes, but I can't do nothing. Lucky and unlucky is part of the game. Lucky and unlucky are there. And normally you say that lucky gives a lot of work, and this is what I really believe. But sometimes there are moments that go in your favor, go against you. And today is in our best moment that Gomez made that fantastic save. We were almost winning the game and we lose. If you analyze our 3 defeats in the last week, we were always the best team in the second half. So we were losing against City in a difficult situation. In the second half, we were strong and we deserve more. Against Feyenoord, in the second half, we were the only team that wants to win and we lose. And today was exactly the same. We didn't start well, but then in the second half they show quality, intensity, desire, commitment, ambition. They show all these factors, and we lose again in our best moment.
All right. If you listen to his explanation, what it seems to be saying is, it wasn't me. Whatever happens, it wasn't Jose. I just thought I should point that out. Interesting. We'd like to see what happens in the days ahead. Whether or not the Portuguese tactician will be able to turn things around, we'll see. We'll see. All right, let's travel abroad. I told you that I was going to give you a slice of cricket on the show tonight. Well, the Rugby Championship just ended, and of course, New Zealand, the All Blacks, were, the best team in the world as far as rugby is concerned. Australia might have a thing or two to say about that, but let's listen to the coach of the All Blacks, Steve Hansen, what he had to say after his team went all the way to win the Rugby Championship. Of course, if we have time, we'll probably also listen to the Australia manager, that's the Rugby Union coach of Australia, what he also had to say. We'll take that back to back, and then we'll be back for more on Sports Tonight.
I knew that we had some really talented people, but we'd also lost a lot of talent, but the thing we lost the most was experience. And what I've been so pleased with is how Rido has stepped up to the plate, and his leadership group have stepped up to the plate and taken over, and probably gone to another level because they've been open, they've been flexible in their thinking, and that's allowed them to lead subtly different than the guys that have left. Who did such a wonderful job for us for 4 years.
That's a difference between the 2 teams at this point in time. The New Zealanders are very clinical. They know actually when to play, where to play, without making mistakes. They made a couple of mistakes in the first half too. And I think defensively we were really good, and then they exploited the short side, and they got momentum there. On defence we need a lot of work still, to be honest, and just our general kicking game. Decision making, not to overplay a bit in between the 2 tens and when to put it behind.
I think it was a bit like that on the evening. We tackled really well and worked hard for each other, and then when our opportunities came, we just took them. you know, which was, we probably had a couple that we didn't take. We probably could have taken those, but overall, I think the work ethic we showed around our defence was a step forward for us, you know, and that'll allow us to launch other things going forward.
Yeah, I think we did some good stuff there in the last 2 weeks, and every time you play at home is important, you know, for us, for our people, for our fans. We want to make them proud of what we do when we go out, because we prepare during the week, but ultimately the game is the only time that all our supporters get to see that come to life, I suppose. So for us to have a couple of wins there is great for the fans, you know.
Welcome back. Well, a kind of miracle has happened, but I'll tell you about that shortly. Well, you just listened to All Blacks coach, that's the New Zealand rugby coach, very elated, Steve Hansen, talking about how his team were able to do the job against the Springboks. You also listened to the Springboks coach, what he had to say after his team lost in that one. Of course, Michael Cheika, the coach of the Australian rugby team, also had a thing or two to say. Well, let's continue with the show tonight. I'll tell you a miracle of some sort just happened. Oyewuchi Nwachukwu and Toby Adepoju found a way to get into the studio. How they did it, I don't know. But guys, let me commend you. It takes a lot. You know, I witnessed the traffic when I was coming to work in the afternoon, and I can imagine what you guys have been through. But you know, kudos to you for the dedication to still make it down to the studio in spite of all that. So I'm very sure even the viewers will appreciate all of that. But let me welcome you. Let me welcome you in spite of what you have been through.
Yeah, pleasure to be here.
Okay.
Yeah, pleasure. I had to drive like a Formula One driver to get to this studio. Well, it's worth it.
Yes.
It shows a lot of commitment. Never say die spirit. At the time we lost hope, but you know we got to a stage and the road just opened up. Yeah, opened up, and we are here.